know what time it is.
Boom Shakalaka!
Boom shakalaka for you.
That's right. That was the best one yet.
All right. Exactly. Everybody else might be staying home, but we're all here today for the Boom Shakalaka. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Ms. Rocki and Chaveevah Live, because
there's always something good going on in the North End and
everywhere else in the Cedar Valley. And you know this, Jonathan.
Absolutely.
That's right.
You know this.
Preston knows it.
I know it.
Oh, yeah.
Don't nobody else know
No
it.
coronavirus in this studio.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Good to go.
Not.
We are good to go.
Hey, for those of you who watched our pre-show, you know we had a great show, and we asked you, this is the International Women's History Month, so because of that, we want to ask you to let us know when you do your roll call and say hello to us. Let us know what woman inspires you. And we're going to read those out today as Zion reads our comments. So please do that. And what else? And you know, according to my Banneker watch,
yes.
4 o'clock.
Oh, we like to stun on them like that just a little
Right.
bit.
Oh, I got to get me one.
Yeah. They're not a stopwatch. We never stop. So you know what time it is, and the show starts right now,
That's
Chassidi.
right.
We've got some great guests.
Yes, we do have some great guests. First of all, I can't even believe that we're going to get to talk to Ashley.
We already did, Chad.
What? At the pre-boom. I missed the pre-boom. I wasn't here. I saw it.
Blow.
Oh, sorry about
Chad,
that.
we're talking about these two great guests.
Oh, these are our guests already. Preston Taylor, who is the great Preston Taylor, who's doing amazing things with the Hail Mary Project and other things. Yes. And then we have Jonathan, who is a minister, awesome things with photography. He does things with the Hail Mary Project as well. There's so many things about him. And these two are both volunteers at Royal Legacy Christian Academy.
Yes.
They offer it. Yes. And
bald head too.
that's right. They're both bald. They both have little beards. It's the thing to do. Volunteer at Royal Legacy, shave your head, and grow a beard.
There you go.
That's it.
I love
it.
seeing
Your life
when
is set.
you come in. It's such an inspirational time when you're
for
there to
sure.
see you and to see you get those kids motivated.
Yeah.
What was it last week? Google Jesus.
Google Jesus.
Jesus.
That's right.
slogan we came up
Google
with,
Jesus.
and it worked. I used it all week too.
Yeah, Google Jesus. We've been saying it all week. Google Jesus.
This show is a perfect example of how the distance between someone you know that's really doing some great things is just really way smaller than you think. The folks that we had on for the pre-boom and now the people that we have on with it are all doing wonderful things and working together with each other, and it's just a beautiful thing.
This is,
Right.
yeah, it
And we
really
get to
is.
talk about it
We
and
get
tell
to-
y'all, hey.
That's right. So
Yes, news flash. You gotta stay tuned for our conversation about Dred Scott and birthday people. Make sure you stay tuned, because today we're going to sing Happy Birthday. Now, Chaveevah, are we going to do the traditional one or Stevie Wonder?
Oh, we always going to do
We're always
going to
do the Stevie Wonder.
Yes.
But while we're doing it, we're going to show you how to wash your hands, because,
That's
we're
right.
living in a day. So we're going to sing Happy Birthday as we actually pretend like we're washing our hands for
Right.
the whole song.
that's
The
what-
whole
that's a-
song?
See, because
That's what they
Yes.
want you to do.
I
That's
just
right.
taught my daughter Sage about that, because
Okay.
she, she's 4 now, and we say you sing Happy Birthday and the
Wow, you-
the
there you
whole
go.
time, and that's the length of time you
Good
should wash your hands.
activity.
That's right. So we're
Learning
doing not just
activity.
happy birthday, we're doing a public service announcement same time.
Yes.
Now,
It's all right
speaking
here.
of the coronavirus,
Yes.
everybody has their quick take. We're going to kind of see what you're thinking about this pandemic. Jonathan, let's start with you. I
Well,
like
absol-
to put.
Oh, it's no problem. I mean, I believe, me personally, things happen. Stuff is happening. But me being a believer, I believe that God's always in control. He's going to have the final say. And whatever concludes with it, it's always going to conclude with him getting the glory in it. So we may have fears. We may have our reservations. We may have our opinions on it. But we don't know. So we can always put ourselves in the mentality of what could happen, what possibly, you know.
Right.
We're quick to do that. In terms of being cautious and, you know, being reserved to make sure you don't do or fall into or whatever, what have you. But at the end of the day, it's up to God. So I just believe, you know, live your life the best you can, have faith, and move forward.
And wash your hands.
And wash your hands. But that's a part of my routine anyway. So I'm a germaphobe. I'll be like,
Wash your hands is really like the only thing you can do, like just stay clean.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like, oh, you gotta wear a mask, all that. No, it's just do what you should be doing hygienically.
Great
Right.
perspective, right?
that's for sure.
My take is, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. If that's the way I'm going out, that's the way I'm going out, right? So
In the
I'm
meantime,
gonna
you
wash
just
my...
gonna live.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
For real. Okay, so Chassidi, we want to ask you some things. We know you're excited about the Royal Legacy Ball.
Yes, the Legacy Ball, which is Royal Legacy Christian Academy's biggest fundraiser of the year. It's coming at you on April 4th at the Grout Museum. A very elegant location and ambiance. We'll have lots of wonderful things happening on this evening. First of all, we'll have a silent auction with wonderful things to bid on from across the Cedar Valley. We also will have live jazz ensemble during our social hour.
Oh, how
So
nice. I
yeah,
love jazz.
live jazz ensemble. We will also have heavy hors d'oeuvres served throughout the evening, and heavy ones. You'll get
Very
you will not
heavy.
leave hungry.
You don't need to
You
bring
don't
a
eat before you
sack
come.
lunch.
You won't leave hungry. That's right. There.
Good finger food.
Yes, nice hearty
I like that.
finger
I
food.
like that.
Yeah, and so that'll be served all night long. We'll have a speaker host. His name is I forgot his last name. I can't pronounce it actually, but he's coming from Chicago.
Awesome.
And he's going to talk about the importance of reaching young people and how important it is, the impact that we can make on young people's lives, especially when in terms of faith and growth spiritually. So he has an amazing perspective coming from a school in Chicago that's doing some great things.
Awesome.
So all night long we'll be having fun. It's a great opportunity to dress up, get your best outfit together.
And
you know,
Chassidi, and North End Update has a table there, and we will be giving away tickets on our show.
Yes.
So make sure you pay attention so you can get your ticket to the Royal Legacy Ball and hang around with Rocki and Chaveevah. Do we get to be the MCs
Yes,
again?
these are our MCs.
Thank you.
Yes, the Rocki and Chaveevah are the MCs of the night.
wow.
The Legacy Ball.
Did they spring that on you?
This is my first hearing, but we excel with rolling with the punches and being spontaneous.
Yeah.
So it's all
You
good.
can believe I will be more bubbly than I was last year. Last year, I got up there and I was trying to be all proper and didn't want to ruin anything, and I was just being matter of fact. And then I got up there and Chassidi like, get out of the way, Mom. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
We're having fun. Like, okay, so I'll be more bubbly.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. So, and lastly, I'll say, please come and support our school. This is a fundraiser for our donation-based school. We're doing amazing things at Royal Legacy. We're doing tremendous outreach and different things for the kids. So you definitely want to support us.
Year round.
Year round,
Make
yeah.
sure you do. Right. Like these guys. You guys are supportive. And volunteers. I'm sure you could use
Yes,
volunteers.
everyone on the show is a volunteer at Royal. From the pre-boom to now,
Oh,
everybody
that's right.
volunteers. Ashley and is it Ann? Or no?
Val.
Val. I knew it was one syllable. Val and Ann support. They bring lunch every other Monday. And
That's
so
right.
everybody here volunteers. So it's really exciting.
Great. We had a great show last week. Did you get to watch?
I did not.
Jonathan, you're not even our friend.
I'm going to.
We gotta be friends,
right
okay?
now.
So you gotta fix that, okay? But we had a great show last week with Gwen Berry, who's his chief diversity officer at UNI, and we had George Phillips from the Boys and Girls Club, Chassidi, the
Yes.
Teen Center.
Oh,
And of
that's
course,
awesome.
Brian Sink. And then we talked to Dusky Steele. Did y'all see us in the cowboy get up this week?
Oh, that was so much
We
fun.
had-
That was
Yes,
that was pretty
we-
amazing.
That
You
was
were
a
the-
yeehaw time. Look at there they are.
Oh, yeah, there we
Amazing.
are. We had a horse horse, and we were ready to ride till we couldn't no more. So
And
yeah,
the mayor was a guest auctioneer.
Yes,
And
yes.
yeah, it was a great time.
Oh,
Yes.
that's awesome.
And thank you, Agnes, for sharing those pictures. Also, Zion was in the swing show
The
last
swing
week.
show, East
Yes.
High, legendary
He-
East High swing show. They always do an amazing job with that swing
do.
show.
They absolutely do. My dad used to call it, "Are you going to swing the thing?"
Swing
Because
the
I think
thing.
that used to be the name of it, back when, thank you, Zion, back when he was a kid. So it was always swings the thing.
Oh, that's awesome.
If it ain't got no swing, it's not a thing, I guess.
Yep, there you go.
So, Chaveevah, if you know any children, I know y'all know some kids, you have some kids.
I do.
Do they ever need to be tutored?
Absolutely.
Okay, so if you know, where would you go to look for a good tutor?
That's a good question. I'm always open into looking for, ways to learn. Even myself, I say we're all children, or have been children before.
Yep.
So
Oh, yeah.
life is about learning. So, but
Yeah.
me personally, I don't know any specific places,
Well,
but I
we
always
are-
stay open to. So
We
you're
are
gonna give
here
me.
to tell you.
Boom, we good.
I'm
That's
so
right.
glad you
Yes.
know.
Into us.
Chaveevah,
Yes,
why don't you?
educational talent search
Yes.
at
Sure.
800 Sycamore. Yes,
Okay.
they work with middle school and high school students. They provide
That's a good
tutoring.
program.
They do visits to
Colleges.
college campuses. So many different things to get you more geared to the idea of continuing on with your education. So they do some awesome things.
That's talent
Yes.
search. And then if you're an adult looking
That's
to
right.
hire your education or better yourself, you can go to.
Educational Opportunity Center,
Boom.
also
That's
located
right.
at 800 Sycamore. So they have something for the younger folks and they have something for the older folks. I do a testimony about EOC
Oh,
because
yeah.
it is one of the things that helped me when I first moved here from Chicago. I came right here. I moved here in July. In August, I was a student at University of Northern Iowa
Wow.
due to the help that I received from Educational Opportunity Center.
That's
Right.
Shout out. Thank
We
y'all so
always
much.
like to shout out to them, and they are proud supporters of North End Update as well.
Yes.
And would you like to shout out to anybody else, Chaveevah?
Perhaps you would like to shout out to someone else.
How about this one? Travis Ferguson.
Oh,
real estate
from the
team.
Travis Ferguson real estate team.
Yes, I have had personal experiences with this realtor, and I'm just here to tell you, the boy can sell a house.
He can sell a house.
He can list a
good.
house on Friday, have
you
it
learn
sold
that
on Monday.
Didn't he
Where
just
he
sell a house
good.
for you, Mom?
He's sold
Travis,
a
you
couple
good.
for
Where
me.
you learn that from?
Maybe he's got the gift of gab, perhaps. But Travis Ferguson, you can reach him for all your real estate needs at 515-661-1202.
Can I say one more thing about Travis Ferguson real
You
estate?
might know a little something about him.
Yes,
Sure.
he's my brother. So he's also offering real estate classes.
Yes, he is looking
More
for
information.
Yes,
Right.
and if you're interested in getting into the real estate world,
Right.
this actually is an awesome opportunity
It is.
at a cost that is much more cost effective than other places that you may go. So
That's
Okay,
right.
Fantastic.
You can learn,
Yes.
learn the language and all
Sure.
of the stipulations.
absolutely.
And create some passive income.
Yes,
yeah.
You know,
that's
have
what you
another
wanna
source
do.
of income.
That's
That's
right.
right.
That's
so
important.
so much good stuff to learn
Yeah.
from broadening your horizons and doing something different.
Yes.
Yes.
Dive into it. Travis will help you out really well.
That's right.
Okay, now we're at this one part of our show that we've designated to American history.
Oh boy.
And we're calling it, and you'll see this hashtag on our wall, Give It Air. Now, we can't spend a whole lot of time on this, but it's on your screen right now, Give It Air, because exposure is the best disinfectant. And we all know that there's a lot of American history that's difficult to tell because it's so hurtful and our history isn't the best, but we like to kind of air it out because
Yes.
people say, oh, I
Yeah.
had no idea.
Had no idea.
So now we want to let you know, and we have some comments first, I think.
Yes. Amy Cass says, sing happy birthday twice in perfect length for hand washing.
Yes.
The health department has always used that as a standard.
All right,
That's
Amy,
true.
thank you for chiming in.
Gwen Berry says, ooh, live jazz.
And Gwen, you can sit at our table.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Zion. Zion. Okay, we're going to ask Zion. Okay, so we're going to talk about Dred Scott. Do you guys know anything about
I don't. You're informed. In school.
Dred
See,
Scott?
oh yeah, in my education, first coming up, that's something I always kind of learned about, and they always referred to it as the Dred Scott decision. But it was a case of Dred Scott versus Sanford. Dred Scott was a slave, and in 1846, he and his wife Harriet sued for their freedom and lost. Okay, they went back again in 1854, and he won. They actually won. But the decision was overturned by the Missouri Supreme Court.
Wow.
So he continued on fighting this, and it went all the way to the United States Supreme Court, who unfortunately not only upheld the decision that he and his wife should remain enslaved, but the justice who delivered the ruling said that, and I quote, current and former slaves have no rights that the white man is bound to respect.
That
Period.
would have to be the most blatant racist statement ever to come from a Supreme Court.
From the Supreme
Right.
Court.
I would imagine.
So when we think of the Supreme Court as the highest court in the land, and it has gone through some changes or whatever at certain points where we were considered property.
Oh,
And
sure.
as such, we were, those decisions that were made came down like that. So this sounds like really, when you think about it, that sounds really foul.
Yes.
No rights that the white man is bound to
So
respect.
you can win your lawsuit, you can be free, but guess what?
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because your rights are not withheld. So it's just so unfortunate. We just had to give it air.
And that's right. And in perspective, from the way things were then to the way things are now, it's still a struggle. We already know this.
Yeah.
But that's a gauge of
Yeah.
what kind of progress
Yeah, that's a
has
powerful
been
story
made.
to utilize, as like you said, a gauge to see the progress made now, and then the progress still needed
That
to be
still
made.
needs to be,
Right.
absolutely.
That's a huge
And
deal.
Chassidi, for our family reference, this was the year that my great grandfather came to Waterloo. 1917
Wow.
is when this is all going on, right? Or was it, that was the 1854? But
No, you're talking about the flu epidemic.
oh, the flu. Okay,
Yes.
that's
Oh, that
okay.
is-
That's a
there
whole
we
other
go.
story.
See, I'm just saying, it's,
still.
that was an epidemic then to the
Yes.
current epidemic
Right.
we have now.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
Now,
Yes.
I'm talking, I mean, it's still
Yes.
Yes, and-
continuing. It's always going to be
and
something. we
For
face.
another point of reference, as far as how different things are or whatever, millions, like between 60 and 100 million people died from the flu.
Spanish flu.
The Spanish flu.
In
back
1917.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was when our great grandfather
So
came.
now our mortality right now with this coronavirus, the fear factor is,
Yes.
So high.
you know,
But
but
we're okay.
The mortality rate is not as high
no,
as you see.
no.
And that's a gauging factor to help people realize
Just to
Yep.
the severity of the situation
Right.
isn't as much as
Right, good.
it's
I'm
being
glad.
marketed.
Yeah, and I'm glad that the precautions are being
For
taken.
sure.
You know, I'm
Right.
glad
It's
that
a
that's
learning
happening
point
because
for
you
us.
don't want to just shrug it off, but you do want to just do what you got to do, wash your hands and everything,
Absolutely.
and just trying to prevent further spread of it. So
help
that's
that reset.
Good.
What is it? Sing happy birthday.
Happy
Wash your
birthday.
hands.
Yes,
We're
That's
gonna
the
get to
reset.
that right away. Zion, we got a question for you. First of all, we want to remind you we have a new hashtag NAN, and it means
Yes.
Nan. But some of y'all know what NAN means.
Nan
But
your
it's-
business.
No. It stands for no agreement needed.
Oh,
No,
That's right.
needed.
We sometimes
Man.
put our opinion out there on
Yeah.
our Facebook wall, and we are not the ones to be arguing with folks.
Right.
So if we
Right.
happen to put our opinion out there, we might have the hashtag NAN, meaning no agreement needed. So
Right.
don't feel like you have to
Needed.
debate us and argue
That's
with
good.
us.
That's good. That's
Okay.
beautiful.
so not
There
nanny
you go.
business.
If you see man, then you need
I
to
mean,
know.
it could stand. It could actually mean that too. This
Okay,
ain't your
thanks.
business. So you know, this is just my opinion.
Some
You.
people will understand.
That's
Did nobody
beautiful.
ask you? Type of thing. Okay.
That's good.
Okay.
If you see nan, then you just know we ain't gonna argue about it. Okay.
Right, right.
There you go.
That's it.
Okay. And Zion, we have a question for you now.
Okay.
What are you doing for spring break? And what are some of your friends doing with all this hype with the coronavirus? Is it affecting your plans?
Well, okay, so me and my family, so my cousins are going to go out of town to Tennessee, and we're going to have fun there for a couple days, and then I'm just going to come back, and I guess the only thing I'm going to be doing is working and hanging out with people, because of the fact that track practice is canceled.
Oh, my.
Okay.
that's right.
Yeah.
Free time.
Yeah, and then like my friends, for example, they're gonna be here too, because like the band, they were supposed to take a trip to New York, but a lot of the things that they're gonna do in New York is now getting canceled, so they just had to cancel the entire trip completely.
Wow.
And so it's just a lot of people are either traveling or just not doing anything because of the virus.
Sure.
Oh, gotcha.
I think it's changed a lot of our plans. I had to rethink coming to the show today.
Yeah, she played.
Okay.
Yeah.
Reset.
Okay. So we want to shout out to our marvelous crew, Ed, Zion, and
Yeah.
Agnes. Thank you so much for making us all look good.
Much
Look at
love.
Ed.
Much
Isn't
love.
he so attentive?
Yes, he
Such
is.
a good guy. Thank you so much. And,
Yes.
and Agnes.
Yes, please be sure to follow us on YouTube, WCT channel 17 or 79-4, depending on how your TV situation is set up. 4 p.m. on Fridays, 10 a.m. on Saturdays. And go to North End Update, like our page.
Right.
Email us if you have show suggestions, all of that kind of good stuff at northendupdate@gmail.com.
That's right. Or if you have a suggestion for anybody that should be on our show.
Yes.
And we're still waiting to hear about your inspirational women. And while we're doing that, we're going to ask you the trick questions, Jonathan. Okay. Do you subscribe to the Soul
I
Town?
think I do.
You do?
All right. Hey.
I
Okay,
do.
he thinks he does.
Okay.
All right. We got Big Q on the cover and Rocki and Chaveevah on the inside.
That's right, Chess.
Booyah.
Tell us all about the Soul Town, Chess. I know you know.
Well, the
what's
Soul
going
Town
on.
is a amazing outlet for news shared from an African American perspective, I believe, and it's
Black
for,
and brown.
Yes, black and brown perspective, and it is for everyone. And
Of
so,
course.
local stories and national, even
Yes.
international stories.
Yes,
So,
yes.
a great resource locally, a local resource, and we
And
do
it's digital now.
Digital, it's digital and in print, and you can get your copy of Soul Town by getting a subscription. You can also get it at several locations in the Cedar Valley, like
Tri-City Clothing on East 4th Street, as well as Earth's Beauty Supply on Franklin Street. Or you could go to thesoultown.com. And please know that you can also press play. See, right there. And there's a North End Update, Boom Shakalaka, and you can watch this show in the Soul Town in the digital version.
yes,
And if you didn't know, the Soul Town is actually around in 19 countries
Yes.
and 14 planets. Jonathan.
wonderful.
Wow, we out here. We out here, baby.
For those of you who don't believe in ET, think again.
Watch out.
Okay. All right. So we got to talk to these guys, Chaveevah.
Yes.
We got these handsome men on our show, not just to look good. You guys got to tell us something.
Hey, what can I say? Thank you.
Why don't we start with you, Jonathan?
Absolutely.
Jonathan, tell us about your involvement in the Hail Mary Project. Yes.
Absolutely. Well, I so happened to come across my man Preston. Met him through my guy Westby. Was probably
Oh, Westby, yes.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we hooked up. Got to talk to him, and he was talking about his involvement in the community, and something that I wanted to do. Always looking forward to do. Wanted to be an inspiration, help the kids the best way I can, any way I can, and came across him, and we're doing our thing, teaming up, and looking to be a difference maker.
Wonderful.
How many children
Yeah,
are
go
involved?
ahead. Go ahead.
Right now, 10, I believe. It's 10. We have 10 kids. Yeah, we're
And
just,
you meet regularly?
Yeah, right now, we just started this week. Is our first week, so
Oh.
we started,
Yay.
program.
Did you have a good turnout?
Absolutely, yeah. And it's a good reception, and the feedback is good. A lot of the kids are talking about it, coming back, and
And what
the
exactly
response is good.
do you do with
That
the
was
children?
my question. Yeah.
Well, we meet. It's a support group. We meet. It's a faith-based support group. We meet. The first time we meet in the week, which would be Monday, we sit and have support group. We talk. We share. It's no strings attached. We're not looking to judge anyone or come down on anyone, but we want to get the environments where they're open and they're sharing about what's going on at school, what's going on at home, what's going on with them, how their feelings, the responses to situations that they have to deal with. So, whatever it may be, we're there to help one another. And then we have a scale, a base system that we judge our days, judge our emotions, judge our feelings.
Wow, all
of
that.
we go in, and then we break away from that group and go into smaller groups, to where we can get more personal, more involved, to the core of the detail. If it's a good thing or a bad thing, regardless of what's going on.
Yeah. Yes. And did you have the turnout that you expected? You can ask the next one.
Yeah, we did have the turnout we expected. So actually, we've been having 11. We shot for 10, and we've been having 11 kids.
Oh,
Wow.
So we 10 for 11.
And you're looking for more? Or are you open for more?
At some point. So I think at some point we're going to enroll it, but we just wanted to really start small and establish the culture and then kind of do like the fine tuning. And then it's really a place for the kids. So I think at one hand, we'll get references from other people, but then at the same time, I want the kids to take ownership and for it to be a safe place that the kids can come and they can chill and they can relax. So I'm like, I want you to start inviting your friends or your boyfriend or your girlfriend, because we got middle school kids, we got high school kids.
And you have girls as well.
And we got girls and we got boys.
Okay.
Wonderful. Yeah, and so you do, are there sports involved? Or
Yeah, I
have
thought
sports
it was
in mind?
activities.
Or not quite? Or
So originally, I just got, so I'm the director of the Hail Mary Project now, and I took on the role starting like in December, and one of the things that it was founded on was the idea of introducing kids to sports.
yeah.
To kind of rail them in and, help them
Cause
get off some
sports-
aggression,
sports
right?
can- yeah, and that's a
And
good outlet.
It is a good outlet, and also to provide kids with opportunity, because some kids may not, know they like to play or they're good at it
Right.
for whatever reasons, because they don't have the resources to be able to, like go play, like buy the uniforms and stuff for sports, or they
Sure.
might be too young to play like club basketball or football. So that's how it started, and they had a curriculum piece that just kind of worked with the young men, because it was boys. And it just helped them like understand what's respect, what's integrity, how do you go about handling relationships with positive, what does positive male-female relationships look like?
Right.
And
And it's
just a,
faith-based, Christian-based, so you give them some biblical.
yeah. Now we
Guidance as
we
well.
do, and that's something we're adding new to the program.
Okay.
So one thing that I realized was the sports and that piece was something small, but like helping kids focus on like who they are and their emotions and their spirituality.
Right.
I felt like that's something that would benefit them in the long run. So actually, we partnered with a company out of Minnesota called Treehouse.
Oh, that's right. I
And
did. I saw a
that's-
video of you
yeah.
walking through a.
A location down there. So they actually have a couple different locations, and Treehouse has really been a huge support and helping us, really get the Hail Mary Project off the ground and coming alongside us and giving us like the material and a platform to kind of launch from.
Good.
So that's where like the support groups and then the connection group. So I'm gonna just shout this out. We got 4 different components.
Okay.
Which I feel is important. So we do support groups. We do connection groups where kids can take the time to connect and connect to their spirituality, because we're spiritual beings.
Good.
We do one-on-one mentoring. And through that one-on-one mentoring, we can kind of take that extra time to build that relationship, because research shows that, one caring adult outside of like mom, dad, family member really has a long-lasting impact on
Of
kids'
course,
lives.
you bet.
And then we do sports.
Sports is
So we're gonna do basketball, football right now.
Wonderful.
okay for boys
Yeah.
and girls. And
For
how
boys
can
and
people
girls.
how can people get a hold to you, because we got to sing happy birthday and wash our hands.
Okay.
Tell us how if they have a child, boy or girl, that would like to be involved, how can they get a hold of you?
So you can look me up on Facebook. That's Preston Taylor on Facebook, or
the
you
Hail
can go
Mary
to the Hail
Project.
Mary Project.
Look at our Agnes.
Yes.
On it.
Agnes is the bomb.
So you can go to our website and look us up, and we do have a Facebook page. You can inbox us if you just have a child that you feel just needs some extra guidance and some positivity and some positive male role models in his life. You can just inbox us and we can have a conversation.
Wow, I love
right.
that.
I got the phone
Positive
number.
male role models. Let's give these young
All right.
men a hand. I'm telling you can't
Thank
get
you.
enough of you. It's just so much needed, and
Appreciate
it just
it.
warms my heart to see you guys out there. And you both have families. I know you're busy
Right.
dads as well. You're a girl
Yes.
dad.
Yeah.
You're a
Me
girl
too.
dad.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. So now, Chassidi, it's your favorite time. You get to cut
All
up
right.
now. Okay, I'm gonna turn her loose on you. We're gonna sing that happy birthday song
Yes.
for all of our happy birthday people. Chaveevah.
Yes, so many.
Who do we have?
Oh, starting with me?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
we've got Kenneth Weekly. Hey, Kenny. Adele Kessler, Tyann Holmes, Ronnie Bowles, and Glory Dickens.
And we have Brian Graves, Banning Rumsey, Alan Stoner, Breandre Fletcher, hey, and
Yeah.
David Latta.
All right.
Mr. Latta.
Mr. Latta,
Yes.
the music man,
Exactly.
right? Or
Yes.
Awesome, great.
And he's watching.
And we
Hey.
got Lamont Muhammad, we got Ebony Dale, we
Woo!
got Tony Morrow, we got Muggs. How do you pronounce that right
Merzlark.
there? Merzlark, Lagan, and William Washington.
William
All
Washington.
right.
All right. Happy
Yes.
birthday to y'all. And we like to wash our hands and sing happy birthday in the Stevie Wonder version. Who's going to clap while we washing?
We can clap and wash it.
Somebody.
Okay.
will clap. Hey, all right.
Something like this. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to look at it. We both got
Happy birthday, happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. All
Try them off.
right.
Hey.
That was fun.
Yes, so
Exactly.
much fun.
Very active.
Yes,
Our shows are always so much fun.
they are.
And we
It's
always
great.
have the greatest guests,
always
Neener.
do.
And
Be
we
sure to
have
watch
some
us.
comments. Zion's going to get us caught up on our comments, and we're going to sign off for another great
We just
show.
have one question, one
One
comment.
comment.
Daniel Zilk says, "Ain't no virus keeping me down. I'll be there next week."
All right, Daniel.
And
you
for
go.
those of you who don't know it, it's Women's History Month, and it's also colon cancer awareness month.
Yes.
As a lot of you know. And Daniel Zilk is a colon cancer survivor,
Yes.
as am I.
So it's my
All right.
mother.
Yes, we will be talking about that very important issue.
On next week's show, our guest will be Daniel Zilk, Pat Kenny, and our co-host, Mayor Hart, and we're going to be at the Grout Museum.
Right, co-host
Okay.
Mayor Hart. Can you believe our awesome guests all
Yes.
the time?
All
Look
the
at these
time.
All the
guys.
time.
So you will be, your
Y'all bring
location
them
is
in,
the
right?
location of the Legacy Ball on April
That's
4th,
right, at the
Grout
Grout.
Museum.
Yeah.
Double plug.
Yeah, double plug April 4th, 5:30 until. Get your tickets online or at Royal Legacy.
That's right,
Okay.
online at Royal Legacy.
RLCAWaterloo.org.
Or contact us.
Or just
we'll have tickets.
there
too.
you go. Contact us for the Legacy Ball tickets.
All right.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for watching again. And until next time, we want to encourage all of you
That's right.
to keep doing more of what makes you awesome.
Because it makes us all look good.
Good.
All right.
Next time.
Cheers.
Yes, cheers.